Hello, my name is Luis Alonso, and I'm going to be talking about my foreign speech assignment for my Speech 101 class. This right here is my outline that I'm going to be using for my speech. And also, I'm going to be showing like a little slideshow on the TV behind me. So the country that I'm going to be talking about is the second largest country in Europe, and that country is actually Spain. The sources that I use in order to talk about Spain is some articles from Khan Academy and also some Spanish websites talking about like their history and like their cultural norms, things like that. And those are actually some things I'm going to be covering. I'm going to be covering the history of Spain, their unique norms, and the cultural events that take place in Spain. So, to start it off, this right here is Spain, and I try to incorporate like a picture of the flag and also like the area of Spain. So I don't know if you know, but there's a population of roughly 47 million people, and I've seen also that Spain is a very diverse country, and I actually didn't know this, but there's an island right here. I didn't know this was like part of Spain. So it's like three like separate islands. I actually didn't know that was part of Spain. So yeah, it's this whole region right here and these islands right here. So to many, Spain is seen as like a powerhouse to the founders of the New World. The reason being is because when Columbus came over here, when he discovered North America and South America, all this right here, everything in blue is what was Spain's territory. And here in green was Portuguese. So Portugal's land and then Spain's land. So what they called it was America Española, meaning Spanish America. And here they called the green one America Portuguesa, meaning American Portugal. And yeah, they own all this in blue. And it was actually in one of my sources, they were talking about how like because of the new resources like gold and silver, that's what put Spain on the map. Like they were now trading like currency, stuff like that. So because they discovered America, they found a bunch of good resources to help their economic system and make them a powerhouse not only in Europe, but the entire world. So, now that I covered some history on Spain, I'm going to be talking about the unique norms that they have in Spain. So, as you can see here, you see like some women and some men. It seems like they're kissing each other on the cheek, but that's not true actually. So, this right here is a way of greeting. So, they go side to side, and they don't necessarily kiss us up on the cheek, but they make like this noise, like a noise with their lips to make it like sound like as they are, but they're not. So that's their form of greeting: male, female, male to male, female, things like that. And this right here is a guide of like their Spanish meals. So this right here is the breakfast, what they call el desayuno, and you can see it's bread and coffee. So interesting thing, coffee, it's common for them to drink 4 or 5 cups every day, no matter what time it is, which I found kind of crazy because coffee, giving you so much energy, and they drink it at whatever time, and it's, normal to them. Then you can see here is like their brunch. So that's kind of like a panini basically. Right here is their late afternoon snack. So it's like some bread, ham, and cheese. And then right here is their lunch, which they call la comida. That's actually the biggest meal of their day. So it looks like some steaks, some greens, some rice, some wine, soup. And then their dinner, which is actually la cena, is like a light meal that they eat after 9 p.m., which, makes sense. They don't want to be full when they're about to go to sleep. So yeah. Okay, so now that we know some unique norms about Spain, I'm going to be talking about some cultural events that take place in Spain as well. So as you can see here, There's some bulls like on a street with a bunch of people running from them. So this is actually their famous bull run. So it's a very old event that takes back, to the early days of Spain. And I've seen that they do it because, they have fun, but because they get like an adrenaline rush from it. They release like baby bulls, baby ox on the street for men and women to, run away from them. And I think it's a rule too. They have to wear red because, bulls don't like red. And yeah, I think there's like also an age limit there. Of course there's going to be an age limit of who could participate. And then this right here is some outfits from their carnival. So carnival is like a event that takes place before Lent. And I believe Spain is, I think, the second or third largest carnival event behind Rio de Janeiro. So I hear they're dressed up as Spanish bullfighters, and it's a 2-week event. It's pretty big in Spain, and at the end they crown the Queen of Carnival. So I covered the history of how Spain got its power. I also talk about like the unique norms, how they greet each other, what foods they eat, what time they eat, things like that. And I also covered the culture events, some cool things that they like to do in Spain. And honestly, I think Spain is a country everyone should visit. It's very diverse, and I think it's for everybody. That's all. Thank you for listening to my speech.